Welcome to Zoe Stories. One filter later. Now I'm the face of her makeup line. Most people think filters are harmless. Just a swipe, a tap, a touch-up. But that night, when I tapped the wrong filter and hit post, my whole life changed. My name's Liam. I'm 26. I work remote as a UX designer, mostly quiet projects for health apps and lifestyle startups. Nothing flashy. I like control. Simplicity. But every now and then, when the apartment is silent and the blinds are drawn tight, I let go. And she comes out. It started as a joke. A dare from an old roommate back in college. Try on a wig, slap on some lip gloss, and make a fake TikTok. That was years ago. Now I had my own stash. Foundation, lashes, shaping pads, half a dozen wigs in varying shades of accidental glamour, and one drawer I always locked. I wasn't trying to be someone else, not exactly. I just liked the feeling, the smoothness, the thrill, the way my body language changed in a dress, how my voice softened without effort. It made me feel real, more myself than I ever did as just Liam. We lived in a 2-bedroom high-rise, all white walls and glass furniture, Victoria's taste. She liked minimalism, control, everything labeled and stored perfectly. The second bedroom was hers, where she tested new palettes, recorded tutorials, and shot product photos for her fast-growing beauty line, Rosette Glow. She was good, like really good, viral good. Every week, a new lipstick sold out. Her TikToks were polished, glowing, authentic. And every now and then, she'd ask me to help hold the camera or test an interface for her mobile store. She had no idea I sometimes wore the products myself. When she was gone, when the world was quiet, Victoria and I had been together for 3 years. She was stunning, chic, bold, always styled like she'd stepped out of a fashion mag. The kind of woman people turned to look at when she entered a room. And somehow she loved me. We were good together, except for the part of me she didn't know. I told myself I kept it secret to protect her. But maybe I was just afraid. Afraid she'd see it as weakness. Afraid she'd think I was mocking her business. Afraid I'd lose her. So I buried it. Again and again. It started with a simple favor. Victoria had to rush out to a shoot across town. Her assistant bailed last minute. She was stressed, makeup samples everywhere. Can you just clean up a bit while I'm gone? Wipe the counters, stack the palettes. I'll reorganize them later.
Sure, I said.
She kissed me on the cheek. You're the best. Don't forget, no food near the foundation trays. Got it. As soon as she left, I stood there staring at all that makeup. It was everywhere. Lashes, creams, lipsticks, brushes, shimmer sticks, and one new palette with the label. Coming soon, Rosette Ultra Matte Beta Kit. The colors shimmered like candy. One of them had my name, Liam Rose. I laughed at the coincidence. And then I did something I swore I wouldn't. It started as a just one swipe kind of moment. I applied the shade on the back of my hand.
Rich. Pigmented. Perfect.
Then one on my lips. Just a touch. Then blush. Then brows. Then the wig. Then the dress she left in the laundry basket, the soft floral one that hugged just right. Then heels. Then the full face. I stood in front of her ring light, admiring the look, feeling proud. Just one picture, I thought, to remember how good it looked. Nothing crazy. I snapped the selfie. My face, her brand. Then, without thinking, still in the moment, I tapped a beauty filter and hit upload. But I wasn't on my private burner account. I was logged in as Victoria. I gasped and tried to delete it. But it was too late. It had already gone live to her 108,000 followers. Hashtag Rosette Glow, hashtag New Look, hashtag Beta Kit. The comments started immediately. Who is she? New model reveal? Slay, OMG, I need this lipstick now. She looks better than Victoria, no offense, LOL. My heart dropped. I didn't just post a picture of myself dressed as a woman. I posted a picture of a woman that no one knew was me. And worse, they loved her. The next morning, the apartment was chaos. Victoria flew through the kitchen, phone in one hand, curling iron in the other, her voice bouncing off every wall. Liam, did you see the engagement on the last post? I blinked, still in my pajamas, trying not to look like a ghost who'd barely slept. She held up her phone. 47,000 likes in 12 hours. And look at the saves. Everyone thinks she's a new model. I swallowed hard. They do. She was practically glowing. I mean, I was going to delete it when I saw it went up. I didn't remember scheduling anything. But the response is insane. Yeah, I said, forcing a laugh. Crazy. Victoria hadn't recognized me. That should have terrified me. Instead, it made something inside me hum. For the first time, the world had seen me, not Liam in drag. Not a mistake. Not something shameful. A gorgeous woman. Confident. Captivating. Cradling Victoria's lipstick line like a dream girl. That was me. Even if no one else knew. She has a name now. By afternoon, the comments were everywhere. Who is this model? At Rosette Glow, who is SHE? Is this the new face of your brand? And then, Victoria did something that made my stomach flip. She named her. Introducing our newest brand muse, Leah Rose. That night, Victoria burst into our room holding her laptop. Liam, I had the craziest idea. Yeah. She bit her lip. So, everyone's obsessed with Leah Rose. What if she wasn't just a one-time post? I froze. What do you mean? I mean, we keep it going.
Mystery. Beauty.
A little fantasy. I can say she prefers to stay anonymous. No interviews. Just images. My pulse quickened. Why? Victoria spun the laptop toward me. Because look at this. Orders doubled. We're trending. Leah Rose is already a hashtag. She's becoming a vibe. If we build this outright, she could be the signature face of Rosette Glow. I stared at the screen and saw it myself. Victoria looked at me, hopeful. You've got great design sense. Think you could help me develop her aesthetic? Just mood boards, branding language, maybe pose ideas? My voice came out quiet.
Yeah.
Sure. But inside I was screaming. Because this wasn't about branding. It was about becoming. That weekend, when Victoria left for a shoot, I walked into her studio. I wasn't supposed to touch anything, but I had to. One by one, I recreated the look. Wig, lashes, the same dress, the same lipstick. I stood in front of her mirror, phone trembling in my hand. Took one photo. Then another. Then 30. And when I opened Photoshop to adjust the lighting, I didn't use any filters. I didn't need to. She was already glowing. That night, I sent the images to Victoria from an anonymous email. No words, just attachments. 20 minutes later, she came running into the living room, phone in hand. Someone just submitted these for Leah's next campaign. I played dumb.
Wow.
That's amazing. She sat beside me, scrolling with wide eyes. Look at her posture. Her eyes. She looks even more confident than the last one. Do you think it's the same model? I shrugged. Maybe.
She grinned.
Whoever she is, she's magic. Soon, things moved fast. Victoria started scheduling Leah-themed launches. She designed packaging with my face in silhouette. She asked for more photos from Leah's team. So, I sent them. Each one a little bolder. A little more polished. And as the posts exploded online, the tension inside me grew. I was lying to her, but I was also helping her succeed. I was stealing her spotlight, but giving her brand wings. A call from a PR agent. One day, Victoria burst into the bedroom, barely able to contain herself. Liam. You'll never guess who just reached out, Glossa PR. They want to pitch a collab. With Leah. I choked on my coffee. What? Apparently, someone over there's obsessed with Leah's energy. They want to feature her in a campaign. Say her mystery makes her the next beauty it girl. That's big, I said. Victoria twirled. It's insane, but also terrifying. Because if we can't produce more photos of her, I'll lose the deal. She paused. Can you ask her team for more? I nodded slowly.
Yeah.
I'll reach out. That night, I lay awake staring at the ceiling. How far could I take this? How long could I stay hidden behind a filter and a wig? What if she found out? What if she never found out? Worse, what if she preferred Leah? I sat up, opened my phone, and stared at my reflection in the dark camera app. One photo, one lie, and now I was trapped in her lipstick. A week later, Victoria launched a Leah Rose limited edition lipstick. Sold out in under 2 hours. When I congratulated her, she smiled at me strangely. "You know," she said softly, "you remind me of her sometimes." I froze. Heart hammering. She leaned in, lips brushing my ear. "Whoever she is, she's changing everything." Then she walked away, leaving me standing there, half Liam, half Leah, and not sure which side was winning anymore. The PR deal was locked in. Glossa wanted Leah to do a soft reveal. No speaking. No press. Just one live event with cameras, and then poof, disappear into mystery again. Victoria was thrilled. I was terrified. But what about her face? I asked carefully. "They'll keep it low-lit. Just a silhouette on stage. That's the whole draw. Enigmatic femininity." She held up the contract. "They're paying $20,000 for this campaign. That's enough to cover next season's product run." I nodded, trying not to choke. "Leah will be there," Victoria said confidently. "Right?" I smiled weakly. "She'll be there." I stood in front of the mirror, fully dressed. Wig curled. Lips glossed. Heels cinched tight. The dress Victoria chose for Leah, sleek, off-shoulder, scarlet. Dramatic. Feminine. I stared at the woman in the glass. She looked calm, collected, irresistible. I, on the other hand, was falling apart inside. Underscore 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 underscore. The unexpected visit. Ding dong. I froze. Victoria wasn't home. She was still downtown doing pre-setup with the PR team. I hesitated, then crept toward the door, peeked through the peephole, and felt the blood leave my body. It was Rachel, Victoria's oldest friend, makeup artist.
Snoop.
"Leah," she said, stepping back slightly. "Wait, are you Victoria's model?" She blinked, recognition dawning. "Wait, Liam." My mouth opened, but she was already stepping inside. "Oh my God."
Oh my God.
"Rachel, please just let me explain." She held up her phone and took a photo. Snap. "Are you insane? Victoria has no idea, does she? You're LA." I was shaking now. "Please," I whispered. "Don't tell her. Not yet. Just let me fix this." She looked at me, eyes wide. "You're actually good at it. Freakishly good." "I never meant to lie." "You didn't just lie. You built an empire." Silence. She lowered her phone. "If you don't tell her, I will. Tonight." Before the event, Victoria came home an hour later, bubbly and bright. "I'm nervous excited," she said, tossing her purse down. "Leah's reveal will be iconic." I stood there, the lie pulsing between us like a second heartbeat. I had to come clean. But I didn't. It was surreal, stepping out of the car in full makeup, heels clicking on concrete, Victoria holding my hand like I was invisible. No one looked twice. The lighting was soft, dreamy, perfect for hiding. The host introduced me. Rosette Glow's latest icon, LA Rose. Applause. Flashbulbs. I walked on stage, every part of me trembling. I smiled.
Waved.
Felt the entire world watching. Backstage, Victoria hugged me from behind. "You were stunning." I nearly cried. Then Rachel appeared. She pulled Victoria aside, whispered something. Victoria looked at me, and her smile fell. Back at home, silence reigned. Victoria sat across from me, eyes locked, breathing shallow. "Is it true?" I swallowed. Yes. Her voice cracked. You're Leah? I never meant for it to go this far. It started by accident. A post. A filter. Then people loved her. But she's not real, Victoria whispered. You pretended to be someone you're not. I looked her dead in the eyes. I think she is me. She stood, walked to the mirror, picked up the red lipstick from Leah's photo shoot, and hurled it across the room. It shattered against the wall. I looked down. My reflection in the shattered mirror. Two faces. One in makeup. One in tears. Victoria's voice was ice. You lied to me. To everyone. I took a breath. I wasn't lying. I was becoming. She didn't reply. She just left. 3 days. That's how long it had been since Victoria left. The apartment felt sterile now. Too quiet. No laughter. No palette swatches on the counters. Just silence, and the hum of guilt in my ears. I hadn't touched the makeup drawer. I couldn't. Every time I passed the mirror, I didn't recognize myself. Not Liam. Not Leah. Just a shadow of someone who'd tried to live 2 lives and lost both. A notification lit up my phone. I ignored it. Then another. And another. I grabbed it. Hundreds of mentions. Leah Rose is real. Hashtag unmasking Leah. Face reveal? My stomach flipped. I opened the trending post. Someone had edited together clips of the launch event, from backstage whispers to the moment I walked onto the stage.
Zoomed. Stabilized.
Enhanced. Then a face morph. Leah Rose.
To me.
To Liam.
Comment after comment.
Wait, is this guy the model? I'm not mad. He looks amazing. So, Leah's a dude? That's iconic. Real gender-fluid queen behavior. Victoria knew? My hands were shaking. Then I saw it. On the video. 1 sentence. Maybe she's more real than any of us. I stared at her words. Not hate. Not love. Something else. Something honest. I walked to the bathroom. Opened the drawer. Took out the red lipstick she threw. Still cracked, but usable. I stared into the mirror. Then slowly I applied it. Not for the brand. Not for the audience. Not even for Victoria. For me. I stood by the window, light catching my face.
Took a selfie.
Posted it without filters. Captioned it. No more hiding. Just me.
Closed the app.
Turned toward the mirror. And whispered.
Hi, Leah.